CDP. What is CDP? CDP is basically Cisco Discovery Protocol. Cisco Discovery Protocol. This is also by default with all Cisco routers and switches will come. But however, what is the use of this? Provides ability to share, ability for sharing system information, for sharing system information. Which system? The switch or router which is running on CDP protocol. So because this is continuously contact to other routers, other switches, and understand what are those devices, switches, what are their details, it will understand and share with others. Like also VLAN, VLAN trunking protocol, like a VTP or native LAN, index native VLAN, virtual LAN and duplex communication. So by sharing, while sharing the after sending information and receiving the information, both through that they will understand. This data will transfer in the network. If any attacker is there, so he can also listen, understand user IDs, passwords, and understand about other switches available in the network as a bot. So that if you are not really required this CDP protocol for your functional activities, so better disable this CDP. Okay. Simply using no CDP run command. And to disable CDP on interface on a switch, again you have to run like a config if you have to bring it. For that, what is that? You have to go to the IP that in Ethernet interface E0. You have to go it, and when you will come into the configure EFE, there you need to configure this command no CDP run, and no CDP run is one command. Then no CDP advertise, that means don't advertise about you to the other devices in version 2. And interface, whom you have to do interface range fast Ethernet. These are the commands of switch, especially Cisco 0 1 total 24 ports, and no CDP enable. See these commands, when you give it like this, then only you can disable this CDP. Similarly, if you wanted to disable with VLANs also, you can write some CDP run interface. All of this config interface VLAN. Suppose if we wanted to VLAN 10, then config if so no CDP enable, and again interface VLAN 101, again CDP enable. So this is basically, even though you can disable the CDP services. So other than what is that vulnerabilities, fast flooding attacks happens in generally, fast flooding activities also on the switches. These are the one vulnerability. How they will do it? Basically system availability See, if your switch is available, connected to the global network or your LAN network, which is having internet, and let's say nowadays, router and internet. Am I right? And inside network, maybe inside network inside, and you may be connecting to DMG also. In the DMG, maybe your servers are there. Fast flooding attacks can cause the switch process to enable. See, this switch is having a minimum 32 MB RAM, or maybe like 128 to 256 GB is maximum. Most of the switches, not more than that. Other than high-end switches, we leave it at least an average switch. So if there are people, 24 people are connected and 24 people are flooding is ports, what exactly does? Continuously they were sending packets and loops are happening. So this may down. It can cause your switch process to be unavailable. So that you need to disable some of the activity, like disable 802.3x flow control, so that you can stop some of the connection. So unidirectional, you have to also disable unidirectional link detection. UDLD protocol, we generally say, we learn afterwards this protocol. So if these two things, if you are doing, all denial of service attacks can be stopped. So that's what, while you are managing switch network, you need to insist your network administrators to do these two things, whether they were done or not, as part of the switch. So switch countermeasures you have to use the scheduler interval command. So it should be run scheduler, and the scheduler allocation should be run, and also flow control you should switch off, like a flow control receive off. UDLD also no UDLD enabled. So no UDLD enabled, no flow control receive off. These are the two commands you can enable along with the scheduler. So you can switch can be protected by stopping all denial of service attacks. And to prevent SYN flood attack, administrator can set the time the switch will wait all attempting. As yesterday we learned, any server, any client talking to a switch or talking to a server, they will send SYN packet. And three-way handshake? Once again, I am telling three-way handshake, where nothing but server client is sending a SYN packet to access, and server is responsible to acknowledgement with respect to this SYN. Then client is giving acknowledgement packet. What is exactly SYN flood? As you know, this three-way handshake, these three are must for accessing any service of a server. SYN flood is a technique which they wanted to know what kind of ports are open in such a way that what kind of services are running on that. SYN flood may what happens? They will send SYN packet, and there will be acknowledgement is coming with respect to SYN. By this time, what is that you to understand? The port is responded, so that port is available. So he will acknowledgement and he will immediately reset the packet. Actually, in SYN flood, directly they will send it to reset packet itself, option scan, reset packet, because by this time they understood that that particular port is opened. The port open means what? That service entry is available. In a home, we have a windows and doors. So main door is that entering into that, and windows are also entering in the air and all fresh air. So this is the port for fresh air. This is the port for human beings to enter home. Okay. So these are the ports. So whether how many ports are opened in respect to IT devices, this is the one of the method attackers will do. So what is it based on this? They will understand. So such thing you wanted to stop in switch. You don't want to encourage them such kind of SYN packets. You need to configure by giving this command IP TCP SYN wait. So you don't worry about that. You just understand that you can stop. Otherwise, these commands in generally the respective system administrator will configure at their level. But however, IP command is very much useful command to stop all such kind of services in switch. So IP, if it is the TCP packet, TCP, UDP. So which we learned so many commands during the last session. Okay. So along with that, suppose let's say now next one is VLANs. If you are managing VLANs, how do you create? In switch, if there are 12 ports are there or 24 ports are there, whatever the base on switch you have 30 to 48 ports, I can make some ports onto one VLAN 1 and another ports as a VLAN 2, the remaining ports as a VLAN, remaining or VLAN 3. I can configure. Cisco switches uses this VLAN 1 as the default VLAN. Default VLAN to assign to their ports only, whatever the ports 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And CDP, which we are learned, CDP is the Cisco Discovery Protocol or Virtual Tunneling Protocol, VTP, need to be sent on a specific VLAN. So here you also understand where CDP, VTP works on trunk links, basically. That is where the switches will work. And this gives attackers easier access. It gives attackers very easier access of these switches because CDP, BDP all gives lot of information about your VLANs where so that it would be easily understand their passwords and all. So it would be. So what exactly you need to take a countermeasures? Countermeasures is always you need to dedicate a physical switch port. Create a switch. You take in a switch port, create in a switch virtual interface, switch virtual interface, layer 3 interface, and do not allow the operational VLANs access to management VLAN. There will be one management LAN, but this management LAN should not talk to the remaining all VLAN V3, and create another out of band management VLAN and give clearly VLAN 6 and name like admin VLAN so that you will understand very easily. If you are not giving LAN, whether VLAN 6 is admin or network or sorry, particular group, you will confuse. So giving is always this way, out of band management VLAN, so that you can easily manage this VLANs and restrict access it. So similarly, virtual trunking protocol vulnerability, VTP vulnerability is also available. Virtual trunking protocol. By default, all switches share VLAN information without any authentication because of these VTPs. And the default VTP management domains are set to an insecure mode without any password, and an attacker with a network analyzer can easily gain knowledge of these local network VLANs so that you will pass this information. So you have to give simple commands which like for VTP, no VTP mode, no VTP password, and no VTP. These three, no VTP pruning, PRUNING. So these are the disable VTP with these three commands. Then if you have to use a strong password like a VTP password, otherwise it is by default no password. Password G good hyphen password. See, good hyphen password. It's like look like a good password, but if somebody knows this easily, if you write somewhere, easily guess well this password, good password, look like same good password. But what is that exactly? It is there. It is there. Zero is there. That means numerical is covered, capital letter is covered, special characters are covered, everything covered, and minimum 8 to 10 characters are there in the password where it is called good password. But this can be easily remember and strong password also. Any password, such password will take 4 weeks to crack by a supercomputer which is having like a petaflop computing, so that better always change this password within 4 weeks. And also, whatever the passwords you are used last 3 times, that passwords you should not use it, because this can be crackable within 30 days. If you are using same password again and again, whatever that is a cracked password, so the same password could be one of the password which you used in last 3 times, so that the people can use the same password to access your things. So that is where you have to limit your things and change this immediately. So that is where this count. And access control list vulnerability is next. See, because no access control list, broad access for TCP/IP connections such as the Telnet, DNS, HTTP, SNMP, all these, it would be difficult. So that it would be, you need to take the necessary countermeasures, so that you may please categorize systems attached to switches into groups, reduce the size and complexity associated with this access control, like especially port access control list like PACL, similarly router, RACL, then VLAN access control list, BACL. So you need to implement this, and poor configuration and monitoring definitely will give a chance to attacker to attack you. And logging enabled but not managed properly, logs that reside on the switch, and always continuously enable system log information that should be configured at an inappropriate logging level. Logging, so always you should not leave it them in such a way that without logging of any by default logging. So always you give command logging on. So which is basically, so you are enabling logging. So logging an IP address, that means one of the configurable management IP addresses. So these are the some countermeasures if you take it. So it is very easily you can help in switching the required. So basically these do we have any questions? Oh, this is not coming. How it is? Delay is there. Any questions?